look at Jesus teaching us. Look at that parable, the parable of the Good Samaritan. We see in that parable, and parables that we have to remember, parables are great Jewish, very Jewish teaching devices. They're teaching devices, a story with a surprise. So in that story of the Good Samaritan, you see there's a victim there, a victim of crime. And it's the Samaritan, surprise, the Samaritan who shows mercy. And as he shows mercy, Jesus ends the story saying, asking the teacher, who was the neighbor? Who was a neighbor to that victim? So from Jesus' perspective, a neighbor is someone who shows mercy to the victim who was left half dead. And we have to remember that the next door neighbor whose God put in place to seek him, they're dead in their transgressions. They're not half dead. They're 100% dead in their sins. And we need to be showing mercy to them. And that's how we become a neighbor. That's how Jesus will shape our understanding of what a neighbor is. And if I may expound on mercy here, I think it's necessary for us to say this. When you look at the Good Samaritan, he's on his way in a journey. He has a destination. He sees a half-dead person. It's a crime scene, meaning it's dangerous. There are criminals around. He stops his journey. He's running risks. He gets off his donkey. He comes closer. He feels compassion, but he doesn't stop at the feeling. He takes action. True mercy takes action. And he goes to that man, touches him, bandages, heals his wounds. If you have been near bloody people, if you have touched them, it's gory. It's a gory business. It's messy. It's smelly. So he's dealing with all. Mercy is messy business. He deals with that. Then he puts the victim on his donkey. He was on the donkey. Now he's walking. He needs to walk. It's uncomfortable. And that journey, there was a clear destination for him. Now he stops at the inn, invests money in that man. It's costly for him, and he diverts his whole journey. If we want to be merciful neighbors, if we really want to be the neighbor Jesus wants us to be, we have to show mercy, and that mercy will be inconvenient, uncomfortable, costly to us. It's hard work to be merciful, but that's the calling. That's the calling. May the Lord help us. My word, I need to become a neighbor to my next door neighbor. God give me mercy to offer that mercy to them. If you look at that story, there's a great reversal there, because the teacher of the law addresses Jesus. He wants to test Jesus, but then he's the one who ends up tested. Jesus overturns the situation, turns the table, and he asks Jesus, "Who is my neighbor? Who is my neighbor?" He tried to test Jesus. It didn't work. Now he tries to justify himself. Well, who is my neighbor then? Then Jesus tells the story, showing the Samaritan person being the one showing mercy. And then Jesus reverses the logic and says, who was a neighbor to that victim? So here we are. The teacher is asking Jesus, who is my neighbor? In other words, saying, Jesus, who gets to be my neighbor so that they get my love? Or, in other words, Jesus, who are all of the other people I don't have to bother with? Who are all the other people I can ignore? And Jesus sees, maybe the teacher of the law didn't really realize what he was asking, but Jesus saw that and told the story. And then he's asking the teacher, hey, you are interested in who the people are that you can ignore? I'm asking you, who was a neighbor to the victim who was right in front of him? Are you going to become a neighbor? Rather than limiting your love to people, are you going to be the neighbor Jesus wants you to be?